lot of cutting. This time holes and slivers. Okay, so I gotta mark this hole to cut it. So the easiest way to mark it is extend your lines up and down. You can use a square, speed square for the vertical lines, and use a level for the horizontal lines. Now, when you have to mark your tile, you can just put it anywhere that's convenient to get your lines in the same up and down. So now, then you got your square. Now I'm going to make a circle out of that, and then we're going to cut it. Use whatever's convenient. So I'll take that outside and use my grinder to cut that. Okay, so there it is. These aren't cemented in yet. I'm going to cut that piece. Then I'll make some mortar, cement those on, continue up the wall. Okay, so when you're cutting holes in tile for the escutcheons, for the mixing valves and for the shower heads, etc., you want to make sure that the escutcheon will cover that hole. So you don't want to cut it too big, but you don't want to cut it too small. I got all these cut, so that's a little off, but it'll get covered by the escutcheon. That one's good. That one's good. So just wanted to show you, and then this one here, I cut with a grinder, with a dry cutting blade, and these ones here I cut with a hole saw. So you can get them individually, or you can get them in a kit. So I have both. These kits are more expensive. Individually they're a little bit cheaper, but these are much better quality than those, but they both do the job. Okay, so lot of cutting. This time holes and slivers, and I'll show you what I mean. I got one of the niches done. So this is a hole here, hole here, hole here. Let's see how many full pieces we got on there. We got 2 full pieces on there. That one and that one. Everything else has either a hole in it or it had to be cut. So that took a while to do just because of the holes. And this here, so yesterday I put the bottom on. Today I put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So if you look at that, what we have, these are the pieces that came out of the tile. So this piece here was what fell off this tile. This piece here and this piece here is what came off that tile, and this piece here is what came off this tile here. So that grain, but when you step back and you look at it, that grain follows through as if the tile was just cut and pushed back. And this, this is the grain that goes through there, and those are the pieces that I saved, those ones down there for this niche here. This took a long time to do this niche, because you have to get, you want everything to be nice and even and exactly where it's supposed to be. I'll make a few more adjustments before I go. But anyway, that's that niche. Okay, so I actually counted how many cuts there are in this shower so far, and I'm not even done yet. This is why it's taking so long. So in the niche, that one niche, there are 17 pieces. So that one's going to be 17 pieces as well. If you add up all the cuts everywhere so far, there are 75 cuts. That includes the niche and over here. So full tiles in this entire bathroom, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 full tiles in this entire bathroom. Everything else is cut. So what's one of the secrets of getting a professional looking tile job? Details. Details, details. All the details is what makes the difference. So you want to have straight level lines. You want all your grout lines to line up. You want your corners to be precise. You want your cuts to be precise everywhere. You want your holes to be clean. You want to be square. You want to be level, and you want to be plumb. So if you get all the details, everything will fall into place. Another one that a lot of people miss is the corners. You want your grout lines to line up exactly in the corners. You don't want them, one up and down. If you like a tiny little hair off, when you caulk it, it'll hide it. But you want it to be perfect as you can get those corners every time. Even here, if you put a laser through here, again, right, this line goes straight through. This line goes straight through. All the details right, and your job will be at the next level. So I've been saying there's a lot of cuts on this shell, like 75 so far, and I just did another 4. So anyway, you might wonder, I showed what I was using, but I think that may be a good idea to go in depth a little more, exactly what I'm using to cut most of the tile. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see it in the video so well, but these are nice clean cuts. Of course I stoned them, but they're all very clean cuts. So all the straight cuts, like on the bottom, and these cuts here, they were all done on my Montolet. This is the kind of cut you can get on a Montolet. It's like an inch piece. There are some smaller ones. So here, this one here, that's another one I cut on the Montolet. And this is my IQ saw. This is a dry cutting saw. This is what I've been using for this entire shell, including cutting that, cutting the stone on the niche. Just made a few more cuts. Now I'm going to cut this one around here, and then I'm going to keep on going up. Okay, so this corner shelf is on an angle. I don't know if you can see that. It's this would be level, so it's like about a 1/4 inch per foot. So I need to cut this piece of tile to fit around here, but this has to be level and this has to be tilted, so I have to mark that tile somehow. So one way of doing it, obviously, is to put a level line across, and then you can get your tile. This isn't actually tile because I already cut it. And you get your tile, This goes over here, and then you have to turn it around. Then you have to see where your line is, and see where your line is, and mark it. And that's one way of doing it. But here is where a laser level will help you out. So here's my laser line. So I know this piece is cut to here. This is not actually the piece because I already cut the piece, but I'm just showing you. So I need to cut this. This piece has to go down here. So how do you do that? Just get your tile, put it in place, turn it upside down, mark your tile, one here, right? Then go to your saw where you cut your tile, and then I have obviously left a little bit of room for the cork. And there's your tile. Perfect fit. So for anyone that's wondering what the time frame is on this, let me give you an idea of what I've done. I got here at 8 o'clock, and this is what I've done. Let me show you. So as you see it now, right, I've got this done so far. Doesn't look like I did much. Okay, so let's just go over exactly what I did. So the first thing I did when I got here, I knocked all these clips out. I cleaned up this niche, took out all the wedges and all the tape and everything. I scraped out any thin set that might have been in between the joints to get it clean, because you want to make sure you do that the next day when it's still relatively soft. I figured out what my pieces are here, and I cleaned up the edges on any of these tiles here, so that they're all exactly the same size. Those are the same size, those short ones, and these ones, if there was any differential. These actually here, the bigger ones were exactly the same. Those were about 1/8 of an inch difference, so I made them exactly the same size. So when I put them in the corner, see that one there, where that, at the very bottom there, where that grain comes around, like over here, where the grain comes around, right? I cut and fit all these pieces here that are under here. I got them exactly plumb and even and flat. And I made 2 shorts, and I also recorded several segments for the video today. So it took me about 2 and 3/4 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes to do all that. Plus I went down and got my mortar out of the truck. I got some water in my buckets. I mixed the thin set, and I did all that. I don't know if that's fast or if that's slow, but that's what I have accomplished in 2 hours and 45 minutes. Closer look. Flat. Flat. Nice neat corners. So if you're gonna do the work, you have to have the tools, and the tools you get are gonna determine how easy the job's gonna be. I prefer to get high quality tools so that they last and they do the job they're designed to do. Now, as far as cutting holes in tile, I love my hole saws, but the problem with hole saws is you need a million different ones to have the right size for every job. So let me just illustrate. I have this kit. I have this big one. I have another fairly large one. I have another one which is slightly bigger than this one. And then I have a bunch of different ones in the truck also. But the one thing I don't have is the size here. That's too big. That's too small. So I could go get another one, but these are the common. This is a common size now, so I could probably just buy one of these. But this used to be a very common size. Haven't used this in quite some time now. So if you don't have the right hole size for this hole, so the next option is a grinder with a dry cutting blade. For the bigger holes, this will always be the right size. So I put this here because if that guy gets caught, it's gonna twist this way. That way, your thigh catches it, and you don't twist your wrist. That's one. Okay, so from here down, it's all cemented on. These ones here, that row and this row are not cemented on. I just have them there to, because I cut the holes, and I'm trying to cut the holes when I've got thin set on the wall. So now I can just take those down, get the mix and thin set and put them up.